Hello, thanks for tuning in. I'm Katie Cahnmann with Now You Know Events, and today we're hanging with Will Holdeman, co-founder of MyDrinkOn, to talk about the company and the upcoming Chicago Halloween Trolley Crawl. Complete details for the Halloween Trolley Crawl, Chicago 2014, can be found at http://bit.ly/1UWEEK2. Hi, Will. How are you?
Eddie, I'm doing great. Thank you for taking the time and interest in our upcoming Halloween Trolley Crawl. We're pretty excited to be back for the third year.
Thank you very much for taking time to speak with us today. Can you tell us a little bit about MyDrinkOn?
So MyDrinkOn, we're an online marketplace for events and charity fundraisers. We started about 4 years ago now, and we associate charities. This year, IMF is our benefiting charity here in Chicago, as well as we have a few other charities that we're benefiting with our other Halloween events around the country. But that's essentially a way of giving back and also giving notice to some of the great charitable organizations that do host charity events, just trying to stay relevant and create quality experiences for the people who come out.
Very nice. It definitely sounds like you guys do a lot of fun events, and I know that you can be found at MyDrinkOn.com, and viewers can sign up for a newsletter. When viewers sign up, what can they expect? Will they get information about all the upcoming events?
Absolutely. So if it's your first time visiting MyDrinkOn.com, sign up and select the city you'd like to be updated when we're producing events or working with other event production companies to find out about fun.
Great, thank you. Now, you mentioned the Halloween Trolley Crawl, Chicago, and it's going to be in its third year this year. Would it be fair to say that it's one of the biggest events MyDrinkOn puts on throughout the year?
Yes, and it's been a blessing over the years. Not always the easiest event to put on, but a few years back, we were thinking about some of the issues that exist in Chicago on Halloween night, where to go, how do you get transportation, the specials, and really just finding out some great information. So we leveraged our relationships with the different venues across the city, and we said we're going to give people knowledge of where we take pride and realize the importance that on Halloween night you have a ton of options throughout the city. And if you choose to enjoy it with MyDrinkOn, we want to make sure it's a good one.
Nice. And it sounds like a lot of fun, a great event, and you kind of touched on this, but where did the idea for the Halloween Bar Crawl come from with trolleys and buses? And what's changed over the years since this is the third year that you're doing it?
We love the trolley concept because not only are you going to have a fun experience while you're at each of the venues that we work with, but then you can have an additional fun experience on the trolleys riding to and from and around the city. So we think it really is the best of all worlds. Some of the things that we've improved upon, mostly just logistics. As you can imagine, transporting people, we hire over 30 vehicles on this night. There's over 30 drivers. We hire about 60 off-duty police officers, and then the 5,000 attendees, additional 100 staff. So it really is just coordinating to make sure that everyone has a positive experience, that attending the venues have a clear understanding of what's expected of them, and then our staff and our security well aware of what it is we're doing so that everyone has a positive experience. We do enough behind the scenes logistically to make sure that nothing major is an issue the night of.
Sure, absolutely. So I was actually going to ask you to address some of the current concerns from past years, and it seems like you just did one of the biggest ones, just ensuring that there's enough trolleys and buses to accommodate such a large crowd on the Chicago Halloween Crawl. And I really appreciate that you also brought up that you hire police, because I think also safety is important, and a lot of people don't think about that. Are there other concerns that you've addressed or have come up?
There are always some things that I'm sure that we will overlook. Fortunately enough, we do a similar event for St. Patty's. So this past St. Patty's year, we did not receive any email complaints or otherwise, and there were quite a few emails that came in saying how much fun people had. Now, a daytime event like St. Patty's versus a nighttime event with Halloween is always quite a bit different. Traffic flow in the city is quite a bit different. Last year on Halloween, we thought it would be great to have a shotgun start. We always provide early registration for people throughout the week. So we said, okay, about half of our attendees signed up throughout the week, got all their materials. They're ready to go on Saturday night. And what happened was that those attendees got their materials early because they were planning to arrive at the party late. So we had quite a few vehicles that were empty, riding around the city empty. So once we realized this, we tried to, we made a quick attempt, transition to have them all come back to check-in, where we did have a bit of a line forming. And we were able to make an adjustment. That issue was cleared up with St. Patty's, and we definitely plan on having even more vehicles available this time around, making sure that's not an issue, given that the traffic flow on Halloween night is just going to be much slower, and making sure that we clearly state to not only the security, but obviously the drivers, the route in advance, so we can avoid some of those delays or issues. But for the most part, we're grateful for many of the venues that have worked with us on past years. They continue to work with us during each of our events, and they're great. They're great spots. They're great places to go to, and they have great staff working hard all night or afternoon, depending on the time frame of the event. And we get smarter along the way. I mean, we love feedback. It's a way that we can improve. I cringe, and I do take it personally when we get some of the emails in, and when someone's night was not as fortunate as we would like it to be. But we do take that as a learning experience and only look to come back and get better and smarter with everything we do. And I believe that's the reason why we've been fortunate enough to expand to a few additional markets throughout the country over the last few years.
So you mentioned a few things that I want to touch on. One, you brought up your St. Patrick's Day event, which it is daytime versus nighttime, but you also said you got a really great response from it this year and not one complaint. Just to give our viewers an idea in comparison, about how many people would you say attended the St. Patrick's Day event?
Both Halloween and St. Patty's attract nearly 5,000 people. So we know it's going to be a bit hectic, and we staff for it, and we staff extra for it. And each and every year we've gotten better. So, the more events we do, we're now in 9 markets. So the more events we do in all the cities we do them in, we get better, we get smarter, and we're able to apply that knowledge across the board to make sure that all events are the quality that we expect, but most importantly, our members and attendees expect.
Well, we actually have some viewers that check in from other cities, and I know that this event takes place in some other cities. Can you just list, besides Chicago, where else the Halloween Trolley Crawl is happening?
We do have a trolley event in Milwaukee as well as Kansas City. Milwaukee, you can find at Nightmare on 3rd, and Kansas City is Nightmare on Waldo. We also will have Halloween events in Denver, Nightmare on Lodo. We'll have Halloween events in St. Louis, nightmareonwashington.com. In Indianapolis, it'll be nightmareonmeridian.com. Nashville is nightmareondemumbrium.com. And I believe that is all 8.
Yeah, you guys are definitely expanding. That's awesome. And when I asked about the concerns, you had talked about like the pre-registration came up, that was an option in the past. Is that still an option this year? And if so, would you recommend that people get their registration materials ahead of time if they can?
Absolutely. And the nice way that we like to accommodate people is to say, look, if you have your friend's ticket on your phone or you print them out, we can get everyone's package to you all together. So if you have 10 friends all going on the event, here's 10 packages. When you meet up earlier that night, it allows you to start at any venue you want, at any time you want. And I personally believe it makes the experience much more in your control. Now, if you show up the night of the event, it's still going to be quite a bit of fun. We'll get you through registration relatively quickly. We have scanners. We hire quite a few people to make sure it's a very quick check-in process. But if you do arrive early, we should have 1, if not 2 different dates the week of the event where you can come and pick up your materials not only for yourself but also for your friends, and that just gives you the flexibility to show up at the event when you want, where you want. As last year we had 32 featured bars. This year we'll look to have at least 20, and you can start close to home instead of at some of our main check-in locations, and you can enjoy the night however you choose to.
Okay, and you talked about some of the great things about the event and what people can look forward to. I just want to make sure our viewers know what the highlights are and why they should be attending the Friday, October 31st Halloween Trolley Chicago event. So can you just once again, just in case someone missed it, talk about some of the highlights of the event?
Sure. So the Halloween Trolley Crawl this year will include 3 gift cards. There'll be a set dollar value of $5. That'll be good for food and drink on your bill. No, there won't be any cash back or multiple uses, but you'll be given 3 $5 gift cards. Drink specials will be available at all locations featured, but those drink specials will be available not only to attendees of the event, but anyone going to those venues. Obviously, trolley transportation. The only ability to board those trolleys will be with a wristband that you'll get through us, and that's one of the reasons we will have security. And then the costume contest. We'll make it very easy to see, whether through our mobile app or on our website, the multiple costume contests that we'll have on the night that you will be able to interact, engage with, and we'll make it simple for you and organize those different costume contests so they're much easier to find and help you navigate and plan out your night. Usually we'll have 8 to 9 stops for the trolley event, so it's no easy event to coordinate but also to attend. But we are big on communication, as well as all up-to-date information can be found at our website. So if you stay tuned and you open up your emails when we do email the attendees to give them vital information for the night, you'll have no issue navigating, and you'll really have quite a unique experience that no one else in Chicago puts on.
So that's definitely a lot of perks and a lot of fun on the night of Halloween for the Halloween Trolley Crawl. Let our viewers know how much tickets are currently and how long before ticket prices will increase.
Tickets will increase up to $35, potentially more, the night of the event. Really just depends on demand. Right now, tickets can be found for under $20, but those prices don't stay around for long. So I encourage you to check out Katie's link to purchase your tickets. We do have group rate options as well for groups of 6 or more, but the prices do go up to $40. So the earlier you buy, the better off you'll be in taking advantage of what I feel such a great experience and night out of town.
So viewers, you just heard Will say tickets are less than $20 now, and they're going to probably more than double as we get closer to the date. So make sure you purchase your tickets now at http://bit.ly1T03U7U before those prices increase. Thank you, Will, so much for taking time today. Is there anything else you'd like to mention about the Halloween Trolley Crawl Chicago or MyDrinkOn before we say goodbye?
We've really focused internally on our motto as people don't buy what we do, but why we do it. And it truly has been a focus and a growth in our business to focus on just providing quality events that people thoroughly enjoy. So with that in mind, we say to all our members or potential members that we do think about you and trying to create the best events possible. If for some reason we fall short of that, we encourage you to reach out and let us know how we can get better. But we feel very confident that this is the best way to experience Chicago on Halloween night, the Halloween Trolley Crawl.
We definitely encourage our viewers to purchase tickets and attend the crawl this Halloween. So thank you again. We really appreciate you taking the time and talking to us and telling our readers and viewers more about MyDrinkOn and what to expect for this year's Halloween Trolley Crawl.
Absolutely, Kate. Thank you for reaching out, and we always appreciate your support.